Silicon Valley, technology, art, green, and sustainability.
Hi, welcome to Silicon Valley Technology, Art, Green, and Sustainability. Today we'll be meeting with experts in green building, architecture, design here in Silicon Valley and beyond. I'd like to welcome my co-host, Dan Hartle. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. Mike Miller from the Building Exchange. Thank
How are
you. And Gail Price, we've got you from AIA, and Dan Geiger from USGBC. Welcome.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Thanks. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what your organizations do? And why don't we start with you, Mike?
Well, the Builders Exchange was created back in Santa Clara Valley in 1893 as a resource for our members to find construction work. So what happens a lot of times when a project is built, you don't know who you would like to build the project, so you send the plans to us and then we advertise it to our members. So we've got 880 members now in Silicon Valley, and that's one of our major functions, is operating a plan room for our members, but we also do other things such as seminars and insurance programs as well.
1893, that's amazing.
Yes, we're the second oldest in the state of California.
That's really amazing. There's other branches in the state of California?
Yes, San Francisco's the oldest.
So 50 branches, hundreds?
About 28.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And Gail, tell us a little bit about the AIA. Of course, we all know what that is, but the audience might not know.
Sure, my pleasure. I'm Executive Director of the American Institute of Architects, Santa Clara Valley. It's part of a national organization, American Institute of Architects, which was founded 150 years ago. The Santa Clara chapter consists of about 600 members, and that includes community partners, architects, associate architects, and emerging professionals, and partners throughout the community. And we were founded in about 1948 in Santa Clara Valley. And we are the professional voice of the discipline of architecture in service to community. And we have education programs, we have community events such as our golf tournament coming up on June 12th, and we provide monthly meetings, monthly continuing education opportunities which are open to the public. And we provide documents. We sell over 100 different documents, contract documents from the national offices. And we provide resources and referrals for people interested in finding architects who are members of our organization. So we are a resource to the building, design, and architectural disciplines throughout Santa Clara Valley.
Wow, golf tournament. I'm not a golfer, but I'll carry the clubs for you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
And Dan, please tell us about the USGBC. I think that the USGBC is the newbie in the group.
You could say that. I think we're obviously the youngest organization here. I'm the Executive Director of the Northern California chapter of the U.S. Green Building Council, and the U.S. Green Building Council, or USGBC as we say, was founded in 1993, so clearly the youngest, but we're also the fastest growing nonprofit in the world, actually.
I think I read recently 150% a year or something like that.
It's probably more than that, actually.
Amazing.
And we're primarily known for the development and the maintenance of what's called LEED, which is pretty much the recognized certification for what's a green building. And LEED stands for Leadership in Environmental and Energy Design. So it's sort of a standard for what is meant by a green building, which encompasses many dimensions of a building beyond just energy, which many people think of off the bat. So develop, maintain the certification, training of credit professionals, and educate the industry and the public is what we do.
So I know some of you have been with your organizations longer than others. Could you tell us how long you've been involved with your organizations, and maybe a little bit about your background, how you got started with it? And I guess we'll start down the road here. And
you know, basically I just came to construction when I started with the Exchange, so I came in December of 2000. And
so wow, 9 years.
Yeah,
9
9 years.
I've been Executive Director since January 2008, so I've been there about 14 or 15 months. And I bring to this position over 22 years in city planning and urban design.
Wow. It's been that long. It seems like it was just yesterday that,
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
that you joined
Thank
the
you.
AIA. Yeah.
And I've been with USGBC for 2 years, and prior to that I have a background, I guess you could say I'm a social entrepreneur. I worked in the business, in the computer industry, and founded and built a couple of nonprofits, and also in philanthropy, and have an MBA, so I was sort of hired to build the organization.
Nice, nice. And Dan, you want to tell us a little bit about what you do as well too, as a building expert. We didn't get to introduce you and what you do.
Sure. I work with architects, builders, suppliers, and we're concentrating on smart homes. A couple exciting projects that we're working on right now. A couple homes that we're working on in Montecito, where we're going to have a unique passive envelope of the house, and we're working with an architect who's well known in that field, as well as a new solar PV solar thermal. So I try to put the right team together, find the right products, and build on the smart concept in the valley.
So with all of your organizations, could you tell us what the most challenging thing has been with your organizations? As far as the building industry, getting people going green, or just what the most challenging thing has been? I know you've been here for about 2 years now, or almost 2 years?
So year and a half, 16 months.
What's the most challenging thing that you've found since you've been executive director?
I think it's a constant sort of evaluation of the member services and providing the services that the architects and related industries are interested in. I think in this time, one of the issues is related to our membership consists of sole practitioners, small firms, and large firms. And all of them, to varying degrees, have been impacted by the current economic environment. So the challenge then is to provide the services that individuals need. And since it is a membership organization, there's always a constant issue of retaining membership numbers, expanding, drawing more people into the organization. And I think in this environment, that can be very challenging. But we have many individuals who continue to renew and continue to participate very actively, for which I am very grateful, as is the board of directors. I work with the board of directors.
Well, I think that's a very important point in this economy, to help each other. And I think that's part of the reason that we're all here is, partnering with each other. I know the USGBC here in Silicon Valley, we've partnered with you guys for an event, and I think for our 1-year anniversary, we're partnering with you guys and saying, come on over, and we'll bring our members to you, and you can bring your members to us, and share the information that we have, which is a wealth of information. So Mike, any challenges with yours? And you've been 9 years, I guess, so wow.
The biggest change for us in the 9 years I've been with the Exchange is the importance of technology for us. We started an online plan room about 4 years ago that had 16,000 hits, and last month we broke over 100,000, and that's members asking for questions and finding about what's going on the construction project.
So 16,000
was when we started.
Okay.
So now we're up to 100,000.
Wow.
In 1 month.
In a month.
And it is phenomenal. I've got 2 staff that's all they do that day is keeping that website.
So disseminating all the information, the requests,
and the
that's
plans,
amazing.
And getting the plans and specs online and making sure they're readable.
Yeah, and you mentioned how does this relate to green, Mike, and obviously if we're not driving to the exchange and you can reach this information, is that a perfect example of being more efficient as well as
it's a better use of people's resources. Instead of coming out and having to drive 30 miles to look at a set of plans, they're looking at them in the comfort of their office and being able to do the best they can and making it.
That's good. And so Dan.
Yes, I'd say our biggest challenge is growth. It's tremendous growth, tremendous growing awareness and interest in green, and in green building in particular. So the organization is the proverbial hockey stick. And I think what's happening is the general public and the industry is beginning to understand that buildings actually are responsible for 40% of carbon emissions. And buildings consume 71% electricity. And when you can, through green building practices, reduce carbon emissions produced by buildings by up to 50%. It's a huge thing in terms of global warming and energy efficiency and the priorities of the country and the world. And now that's becoming much better understood among many more people in the industry in particular. So there's this green tidal wave, you might say, that's overwhelming, I think, everyone who's involved with green, architects, builders. There's many varieties, but I'd say that's the biggest challenge, is trying to manage all the different aspects of it. It's very complicated.
So when
and a
people
lot of
are
growth.
looking to contact you, be patient, because you get like 1,000
Yes.
emails and
Our national website
phone calls a day.
Yeah,
and-
went down
yeah.
a week or two ago because 100,000 people were trying to register for
So the
an
server
exam
actually went down because
too much traffic.
Wow, that's, yeah, got to get more servers and more space.
That's the challenge.
Yeah. Right there.
So I guess the next question would be, what's the most exciting part of what you guys are doing, and is there something new coming up that you want to tell us about? Any interesting programs or information you'd like to share with the public? And Mike, I'll start with you again.
I just